Welcome. Today, we're diving into how rental laws are designed to protect tenants. Whether you're renting your first apartment or have been a tenant for years, understanding your rights is crucial. Rental laws exist to create a fair balance between landlords and tenants, ensuring both parties are treated justly. These laws cover everything from security deposits to eviction procedures, and knowing them can help you avoid common pitfalls. In this video, we'll break down the key ways rental laws work in your favor so you can feel confident and secure in your home. Let's start by looking at the basics of tenant protection. A rental agreement is the foundation of any landlord-tenant relationship. This legally binding document outlines the rights and responsibilities of both parties. It typically includes details like rent amount, payment due dates, maintenance obligations, and the length of the lease. Rental laws require that these agreements be clear and fair, preventing landlords from including illegal or overly restrictive clauses. By reading and understanding your rental agreement, you ensure that you know exactly what's expected of you and what you can expect from your landlord. This transparency is a key protection for tenants. Security deposits are a common part of renting, but rental laws strictly regulate how they're handled. Landlords can only charge up to a certain amount, usually 1 or 2 months' rent, and must return the deposit within a set time frame after you move out, minus any legitimate deductions for damages. Laws also require landlords to provide an itemized list of any deductions. This ensures that tenants aren't unfairly deprived of their money and that landlords are transparent about any charges. Knowing these rules can help you get your deposit back in full. Rental laws require landlords to keep rental properties in a safe and habitable condition. This means they must make necessary repairs, maintain heating and plumbing, and address any health or safety hazards. If something breaks, tenants have the right to request repairs, and landlords must respond within a reasonable time. If repairs aren't made, tenants may have options like withholding rent or making repairs themselves and deducting the cost. These protections ensure that tenants live in safe, comfortable homes and aren't left dealing with unresolved issues. Tenants have the right to privacy in their homes. Rental laws limit when and how landlords can enter your rental unit. Generally, landlords must give advance notice, usually 24 to 48 hours before entering, except in emergencies. This protects tenants from unexpected intrusions and ensures their living space remains private. If a landlord violates these rules, tenants may have legal recourse. Understanding your privacy rights helps you maintain control over your home environment and prevents unnecessary disruptions. Rental laws include strong protections against discrimination. Landlords cannot refuse to rent to someone based on race, religion, gender, disability, family status, or other protected characteristics. These anti-discrimination laws ensure everyone has equal access to housing opportunities. If you believe you've been discriminated against, you can file a complaint with local or federal agencies. These protections help create fairer, more inclusive communities and prevent unfair treatment in the rental market. Many areas have laws that regulate how and when landlords can increase rent. These rules often require landlords to give advance written notice, sometimes 30 or 60 days before raising the rent. In some places, rent control laws limit how much rent can be increased each year. These regulations protect tenants from sudden, unaffordable rent hikes and give them time to plan or negotiate. Understanding your local rent increase laws can help you avoid surprises and budget more effectively. Eviction is a serious matter, but rental laws provide important protections for tenants. Landlords must follow strict legal procedures, including giving proper notice and, in many cases, obtaining a court order before evicting a tenant. Tenants have the right to contest an eviction in court and present their side of the story. These laws prevent landlords from removing tenants without cause or due process, ensuring that evictions are fair and justified. Rental laws protect tenants from retaliation by landlord. If you exercise your legal rights like requesting repairs or reporting code violations, your landlord cannot evict you, raise your rent, or otherwise punish you in response. These anti-retaliation laws encourage tenants to stand up for their rights without fear of negative consequences. If you suspect retaliation, you may have grounds for legal action. This protection is essential for maintaining a fair and respectful landlord-tenant relationship. Tenants are entitled to live in a safe and healthy environment. Rental laws require landlords to address hazards like mold, pests, and structural issues promptly. If a rental unit becomes unsafe, tenants may have the right to withhold rent or move out without penalty. These protections ensure that landlords maintain their properties and that tenants aren't forced to live in dangerous conditions. Knowing your right to a safe environment can help you advocate for necessary improvements. Rental laws set clear rules about notice requirements for both landlords and tenants. For example, landlords must provide written notice before entering the property, raising rent, or ending a lease. Tenants also have to give notice before moving out, usually 30 days in advance. These requirements ensure that both parties have time to prepare for changes and prevent misunderstandings. Following proper notice procedures helps maintain a smooth rental experience for everyone involved. When your lease term ends, rental laws may give you certain rights regarding renewal. In some areas, landlords must offer renewal under the same terms unless they have a valid reason not to. This prevents arbitrary non-renewals and gives tenants stability. If your lease isn't being renewed, landlords often have to provide advance notice and, in some cases, a reason. Understanding your lease renewal rights can help you plan your next steps and avoid unexpected moves. Some tenants may need to move before their lease ends. Rental laws often address subletting and assignment, which allow tenants to transfer their lease to someone else. Landlords can set reasonable conditions, but they can't unreasonably refuse a qualified subtenant. These rules give tenants flexibility if their circumstances change while still protecting landlords' interests. Always check your lease and local laws before subletting to ensure you're following the proper procedures. Rental laws protect tenants when it comes to paying rent. Landlords must provide clear information about how and when rent is due, and they can't change payment methods or due dates without proper notice. In some cases, laws limit late fees or require grace periods before charging them. These protections help tenants manage their finances and avoid unfair penalties. If you're struggling to pay rent, some laws also provide resources or mediation services to help resolve disputes. Tenants have the right to essential services like water, heat, and electricity. Rental laws require landlords to provide and maintain these utilities unless the lease states otherwise. If a landlord fails to provide essential services, tenants may have the right to withhold rent or seek legal remedies. These protections ensure that tenants aren't left without basic necessities and that landlords fulfill their obligations. Always check your lease to see who is responsible for utilities. Landlords have the right to inspect their property, but rental laws set limits to protect tenants. Inspections must be reasonable and usually require advance notice. Laws also specify acceptable reasons for entry, such as repairs or showing the unit to new tenants. These rules prevent unnecessary disruptions and ensure that tenants' privacy is respected. If a landlord enters without permission, tenants may have legal options to address the violation. Disagreements between landlords and tenants are common, but rental laws provide ways to resolve them. Many areas offer mediation or arbitration services to help both parties reach an agreement without going to court. If necessary, tenants can also take legal action to enforce their rights. These dispute resolution options make it easier to solve problems fairly and efficiently, reducing stress for everyone involved. Tenants don't have to face challenges alone. Many communities have tenant organizations that offer support, education, and advocacy. These groups help tenants understand their rights, navigate disputes, and push for stronger protections. Rental laws often recognize the right to organize, ensuring tenants can work together for better conditions. Joining a tenant organization can empower you and connect you with valuable resources. Some tenants, such as seniors, people with disabilities, or low-income renters, have additional protections under rental laws. These may include limits on rent increases, extra time to move out, or priority for certain services. These special rules recognize the unique challenges some tenants face and aim to prevent exploitation or hardship. If you fall into a protected category, it's important to know your extra rights and how to access them. During emergencies like natural disasters or pandemics, special rental laws may go into effect. These can include eviction moratoriums, rent freezes, or extended deadlines for payments. The goal is to prevent tenants from losing their homes during difficult times. Knowing about these emergency protections can help you stay secure and access assistance if you're affected by an unexpected crisis. In some places, rental laws require landlords to pay interest on security deposits. This means your deposit can actually grow while it's held by the landlord. The interest rate and payment method vary by location, but this rule ensures that tenants are fairly compensated for the use of their money. Always check your local laws to see if you're entitled to security deposit interest. Rental laws often require landlords and tenants to complete inspections at move-in and move-out. These inspections document the condition of the property and help prevent disputes over damages. Both parties should sign an inspection checklist, and tenants should take photos for their records. This process protects tenants from being unfairly charged for pre-existing damage and ensures transparency. Tenants have the right to receive receipts for rent payments. Rental laws may require landlords to provide written or electronic receipts, especially for cash payments. Receipts serve as proof of payment and can help resolve disputes. Always keep your rent receipts in a safe place, as they're an important record of your rental history. If a landlord fails to make necessary repairs, rental laws may allow tenants to withhold rent until the issue is fixed. However, there are strict rules about when and how this can be done. Tenants usually have to provide written notice and give the landlord a chance to address the problem first. Following the correct procedure protects tenants from eviction and ensures repairs are made promptly. In some cases, tenants can pay for urgent repairs themselves and deduct the cost from their rent. Rental laws set limits on how much can be deducted and require tenants to follow specific steps, like notifying the landlord and keeping receipts. This option ensures that essential repairs aren't delayed and that tenants aren't left in unsafe conditions. Habitability laws require landlords to provide safe, clean, and livable housing. This includes working plumbing, heating, and electricity, as well as protection from pests and hazards. If a rental unit isn't habitable, tenants may have the right to withhold rent, move out, or take legal action. These rules are fundamental to tenant protection and ensure a minimum standard of living. Rental laws specify how and when leases can be terminated. Landlords must usually provide written notice and have a valid reason, such as non-payment of rent or lease violations. Tenants also have the right to end a lease under certain conditions, like military deployment or domestic violence. These rules ensure that lease terminations are fair and follow due process. Sometimes, tenants need to break a lease early. Rental laws may allow early termination for reasons like job relocation, health issues, or domestic violence. Tenants may have to pay a penalty or give extra notice, but these rules provide flexibility in difficult situations. Always check your lease and local laws to understand your options for early termination. If a tenant moves out without notice, rental laws outline how landlords must handle abandoned property. Landlords may have to store belongings for a certain period and notify the tenant before disposing of them. These rules protect tenants from losing valuable items and ensure landlords follow proper procedures. If a landlord sells the rental property, rental laws often require them to notify tenants and honor existing leases. Tenants usually have the right to stay until the lease ends, even if the property changes hands. These rules provide stability and prevent sudden displacement due to a sale. Some cities have rent control laws that limit how much landlords can increase rent each year. These laws help keep housing affordable and prevent price gouging. Rent control rules vary widely, so it's important to know if they apply in your area. If you live in a rent-controlled unit, you have extra protections against large rent hikes. Rent stabilization is similar to rent control, but may allow for small, regulated increases each year. These laws also often provide additional protections, like the right to renew your lease. Rent stabilization helps tenants plan for the future and avoid sudden, unaffordable rent hikes. Rental laws often limit the types and amounts of fees landlords can charge, such as application fees, late fees, or pet deposits. These rules prevent landlords from adding excessive or hidden costs to your rent. Always ask for a list of all fees before signing a lease, and check local laws to ensure they're legal. Some rental laws protect tenants' rights to have pets, especially service animals or emotional support animals. Landlords may have to make reasonable accommodations and can't charge extra fees for service animals. These rules ensure that tenants with disabilities have equal access to housing and can live with the support they need. Rental laws may limit how landlords can restrict guests. While landlords can set reasonable rules, they can't unreasonably limit your right to have visitors. These protections ensure that tenants can enjoy their homes and maintain relationships without unnecessary interference. If a landlord makes major improvements to a property, rental laws may allow them to increase rent, but only under certain conditions. The improvements must benefit tenants, and the increase must be reasonable and approved by local authorities. These rules balance the need for property upgrades with tenant affordability. Some landlords require tenants to have renter's insurance, but rental laws may limit what can be required. Renter's insurance protects your belongings in case of theft, fire, or other damage. While it's often a good idea, make sure any insurance requirements in your lease comply with local laws. Rental laws often require landlords to disclose important information, such as lead, paint, mold, or recent repairs. These disclosures help tenants make informed decisions and protect their health and safety. Always read all disclosures carefully before signing a lease. Rental laws may require landlords to provide security devices, like locks, deadbolts, or smoke detectors. These rules ensure that tenants have a safe and secure home. If your rental lacks required security features, you can request them from your landlord or seek legal remedies. Landlords are often required by law to install and maintain smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. These devices are essential for tenant safety and can save lives in an emergency. If your rental doesn't have working detectors, notify your landlord immediately and check your local laws for your right. If you're renting an older property, rental laws may require landlords to disclose the presence of lead paint and provide safety information. Lead paint can be hazardous, especially for children. These rules help tenants make informed decisions and protect their families from health risks. Rental laws may require landlords to address mold and other environmental hazards. Tenants have the right to a healthy living environment, and landlords must take action if hazards are reported. These rules protect tenants from health problems and ensure prompt remediation. Landlords are usually responsible for pest control, especially if infestations are due to property conditions. Rental laws require landlords to address pest problems promptly and maintain a clean, safe environment. If you have a pest issue, report it to your landlord and know your rights if it's not resolved. Rental laws may require landlords to provide working locks and keys for all doors and windows. Tenants have the right to feel secure in their homes, and landlords must replace locks if requested, especially after a break-in. These rules help ensure tenant safety and peace of mind. As we've seen, rental laws provide a wide range of protections for tenants, from security deposits and repairs to privacy and anti-discrimination. Knowing your rights can help you avoid problems, resolve disputes, and feel more secure in your home. If you ever have questions, reach out to local tenant organizations or legal resources for guidance. Remember, these laws are here to create a fair, safe, and respectful rental experience for everyone. Thanks for watching, and stay informed about your rights as a tenant.